Okie dokie. Right, welcome Connor. Congratulations.
Thank you very
Finally completing the knowledge. You'll be getting your cab in next 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yep,
It's
when
finally,
you're
it's finally
21.
here. That's
Yep.
it. Only waiting 6 months for it now.
And how long has it taken to do the knowledge from start to finish?
From start to finish, it took me 2.5 years. I passed my test in April of 23, and then I flew through it, and I got it finished in September of 2025.
Excellent, excellent. And you mentioned earlier you have done some of the knowledge schools and taken on various points.
I have. I went to Wizan, I went to KP, I went to Angel Gate. But I didn't learn how they used to teach in the schools. So what I would do is I'd take part of what they used to teach from every single school and I'd hybrid it into my own knowledge. And it worked for me. I've done it in 11 appearances.
Right.
6 A's, 2 B's and 2 A's.
Yep.
And 1 B. So I've done all right.
Yep.
It worked.
And call over partners?
So I had the same call over partner from when I started to when I finished. Mark and Paul, and they were both fantastic. One done it part time like me, one done it full time, and we flew through it really, done really well.
And you mentioned you're a lift engineer
I am.
at the moment.
I done the knowledge part time.
Yeah.
At the same time, I was doing an MVQ level 3. So I finished that in March, and I get my ticket. I get my badge at the end of January, so it works out about the same. And I finished that, and then I've got both then to fall back on just in case.
And what made you decide to embark on the knowledge to train to become a taxi driver? Have you got family in
Yeah,
there?
so my uncle's a cab driver.
Right.
And then I had a quiet time at work, really. There was nothing going on. They were saying, we had work here and there. And then my uncle said, have a look at the knowledge. He bought me my first book, and obviously it went from there.
Yeah.
And then I got it done eventually.
Yeah. And were they sort of helpful
My
along the
uncle was
way?
always phoning me, making
Yeah.
sure how I was getting on. He'd ask me points, he'd test me on runs. He was fantastic. Without him, I don't know if I'd have done it, because he's always keeping me motivated.
Yeah.
He'd tell me like if it was good, if it was bad at the moment. He was always honest.
Yeah.
So it kept me with it, really. Kept me in the loop.
Excellent. Was there anything along the way that you found, say, extremely difficult or difficult in a learning way?
In a learning way, I mean, when I got my first D on 21s, it was a kick in the teeth. You lose all confidence when you get a D. I walked away from it. Bearing in mind, I'd done all right. I hadn't had a D until then. And I walked away and I thought, am I that good? Am I doing all right? And then I flew through it. And then I got 2 C's and an A and I was done. So barring that, I mean, not really. I done all right.
Right. And have you been doing it on a moped?
I've done it. So I done Blue Book 1 and 2 in the car.
Yeah.
And then in the third book, the very start, I'd done the first couple of runs, drove out to Essex, picked up my knowledge moped, and from then on, I absolutely flew through it.
Right. And are you out in Essex then?
No.
Right,
So I'm out
where
in
you
South East
based?
London. I'm from Elwood.
Okay.
It's
Right.
just on from Lewisham.
Yeah.
And so I went and picked up my bike from another knowledge boy out in Essex, and then I drove it home, and then mum and dad weren't too impressed. I done it without them knowing, and then I got it home, and then I started doing 12 and 16 runs a week. So it picked up from there really.
Now, obviously, one of the issues that we mentioned earlier, and something that came to light just this week for me that I found out about, was obviously the insurance issue with regards to young drivers like yourself coming out and getting in the cab behind the wheel for the first time.
Well, that's it. It's a huge issue at the moment.
Would you like to move anything?
No, thank you. It's a massive issue. I mean, when I started, barring Mo and some of his mates, there was no one young on the knowledge really anyway. So, and then now, I think there's more than there ever has been. And I had issues a little while ago with an insurer that said, I can't do it. Only because I got 3 points on knowledge off the old bill. There's an L plate falling off my bike. I was knowledge moped.
Right.
And they gave me 3 points.
Right.
So that made my life getting taxi a lot harder. But obviously we got through that, and now there is issues, but with the young boys coming through, by the time they finish, I think the issue will sort itself out. I hope to God, I touch wood, it does get better. It does make it easy for the young boys to get issues.
No, indeed. Now, obviously, you're going to get behind the wheel a couple of weeks time. Anything you're particularly looking forward to doing apart from your first customer in the cab?
Well, my call kind of said it to me the other week. He said, Con, I pull up, people are hailing me down.
Yeah.
He said, when I started the knowledge, you don't really think about it. But when someone flags my cab down, they want Connor to drive them from this place to that place.
Yeah.
And it's so strange to think about, but it's such a good feeling at the same time.
Yeah.
So I just can't wait, really.
Yeah.
Just wait now.
That's excellent.
Wait.
Yeah. And we're sitting across the road from one of the
From Temple Place.
From Temple Place Cavalry Shelter. As I said to you, in a couple of weeks you'll be able to actually get inside.
I'll be allowed to sit outside and get in them. Yeah, that's it. Not long.
Indeed. So another piece of sort of iconic history that you'll become a part of. You know, and it's a great profession, and you know it's really encouraging to see people like yourself coming through. It gives us a good buzz. As you know, we've been promoting the knowledge consistently, so it really is good to see. And one of the things I just wanted to mention, so it's good to see people like yourself coming through. As I said, we've been promoting the knowledge consistently since 2018. So other sort of individuals of your age, what would you say to them if they're considering embarking on the knowledge and are a bit sort of unsure about whether to undertake it or not?
Well, it's a fantastic thing to do. Obviously, you've got your opportunities at the unis and whatever else. I was never academical enough to go and do those sorts of things. So I thought, well, what can I do that give me a job at the end, but also learning? And the knowledge was a perfect opportunity. I mean, even if I wanted to go back to school or college or whatever to learn, I can. I've got all the time in the world to. If I wanted to do a day course and I was working and I was doing it Monday to Friday, I could go out of an evening and knit what I needed to. And on other weekends, you get better money. So I think it's a fantastic thing to do. Be part of London history and whatever else. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, and it is, because obviously, you're your own boss, as you sort of alluded to. You can pick and choose your own hours to work. It's great for people like single parents or whatever, but it still gives you the chance to have a life outside of work.
That's it. I mean, you choose your hours, like you said. You choose when you want to go to work. If you get up in the morning and think, I can't want to start early this morning, you don't have to. There's no other job where the work is there 24/7 and you haven't got to wait to book it in. There's no other job like it. And I'm sure of that. I'm 100% sure of that.
And we mentioned Heathrow earlier before as well.
I mean, it's a different world out there.
You've been out there, have you?
I've been. So obviously, when I done my suburbs, I drove out there and I spoke to a few cab drivers. Yeah. They were happy as ever. But I mean, from all the stories you hear and the negativity here, I think it's not a place I really want to be. But like I said, people like Heathrow. People like working at Heathrow, and that's their thing. If you go out to Heathrow, you'd think the game's over. As they say, the game's dead. But then if you come into the town and you speak to cab drivers, they love their job. Obviously, you get ones that moan about it, but they still go and work. They still go to work every day. They still got houses that they go back to that's paid off. So it's not bad. It's fantastic.
Whilst you've been out doing your runs, have you been stopped and chatted to any cab drivers or
there was no
shelters?
I had nothing but positivity when I was out on the bike. Obviously, you hear the stories of people pulling up to knowledge boys and saying the game's dead and whatever else. This is silly. There's no need for it at all. I never had no negativity. If I was sitting at a light, the cab driver pulled up beside me, he'd always open his window and say, "Good luck, mate. It's the best job in the world." And it's nice. It don't mean nothing to them, but to a knowledge boy, it means everything. It's like, that's why I'm doing it.
Yeah.
To be in one of them eventually.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's excellent. That's excellent. Well, listen, it's been good to catch up. Great to hear your enthusiasm and passion.
Yeah, see how long it lasts. Yeah.
I'm sure it will. But listen, no, I wish you all the best on your onward journey from now, and look forward to seeing you out on the streets in the next couple of
Well, that's
weeks.
it. Thank you. Yeah, not long.
I wish you all the best.
Thank
Be lucky. Excellent.